Building a stronger home. "49 years ago, God had a special plan for a little family in Mexico. Papa Ramon was a preacher who loved sharing God's word. Mama Magdalena loved helping him and taking care of their children. They had friends who ran an orphanage. Papa Ramon and Mama Magdalena volunteered, helping their friends. One sad day, their friends were deported, and on their way out of Mexico, the friends dropped off 12 children at Papa Ramon's house. That day, God turned their home into an orphanage. There was never much money. God kept bringing children, and He kept giving the growing family what they needed just when they needed it. Most of the help came from visitors from the United States. They brought food, toys, clothes, and money. They did construction projects and played games with the kids. They came to help with hammers and hugs. There was one day the government told Papa Ramon he had too many kids without enough room. They told him that he needed to add dorms, but Ramon didn't have the resources. That's when some friends came from the United States. They built a new dorm. In this way, God grew the orphanage over the decades. Brick by brick, building by building, the home grew up. It was built with love, much by friends and volunteers. The Mexican government didn't get very involved. They didn't give money or much help to the orphanage. They mostly visited to bring new children that needed a home. That all changed recently after 3 terrible tragedies. The public was outraged when children were hurt. In 2009, a fire at a daycare center took the lives of 49 children. In 2010, 14 children disappeared from orphanage homes in central Mexico. Then, in 2014, a large group home with over 500 children was found to have horrifying neglect. In all 3 cases, people had filed complaints, but they were overlooked. After these devastating events, the Mexican government completely changed their rules for child care facilities. They created new regulations to watch over children. These rules improve fire safety, child protection, nutrition, education, and more. We are grateful that this will protect our children and modernize our home, but these changes created big challenges for our orphanage. Now we are remodeling all our dorms and other buildings. This huge job includes replacing ceilings and floors, rewiring these buildings, and replacing wooden stairways. One of the biggest projects is rebuilding the nursery in a safer location. The government gave a deadline of April 2016 to have all these improvements done. We believe that when they inspect our home, they will see that we are working hard to make these changes. This is God's home. He has always provided for our children. God has already given us $90,000 to pay for the construction. But we still need $50,000 by August 31st. That's when the work will be completed. We know that God will provide. He always does. You can join us in being part of God's ongoing plan for our children. Will you help us build a stronger home?